Welcome to Elks 101. Another episode of Elks Central, breaking this one down.
Breaking touchdown Edmonton! Fajardo! Dunbar! Back on top go the Elks!
Okay, welcome in. Elks 101, February 2nd. Declan, Eddie, Rick here with you for this one. I kind of want to apologize in advance. I think this might be a shorter episode. I got here way late, and Eddie's got a jet in like 45 or so. So if we don't get through everything, maybe we'll do a little part 2 on Friday, but lots of signing news, lots of departures for the Elks. CFL Free Agency communication window opened up yesterday. So a lot of different guys coming in, a lot of different guys going out. We're going to talk about all that. But of course, before we get to that, how are we? How was the weekend?
Buddy, doing great, man. Chill weekend. Didn't get up too much. Just laid low with the kids, the family. Didn't even work out really, man. Just laid low, just rest.
Dude, you know what I did this weekend for the first time? Pickleball.
Oh, do you like it?
Dude, it was so much fun.
It's fun, isn't it?
Because I'm kind of like, I'm a terrible tennis player, but I'm a bit of a tennis apologist. Like, I'm a little bit of a tennis elitist without ever having played the game. I just like it. And so I was always kind of that guy who was like, I'm not playing pickleball. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, play tennis. Dude, I played it once, hooked.
Did you stay out of the kitchen?
I did.
It's hard.
I did. Actually, one time I went into the kitchen.
Yeah, you want to get up there.
And the one that I really didn't key in on was you letting it bounce on the return. Because I would just get up to the net. And, like, I'd play it like a net point. Like, I would just smash it.
Totally.
Bro. But it was dude, it was so, I couldn't believe how much fun it was. It was a good, nice little sweat.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was good.
It's a mix between it's a little bit of racquetball, tennis, ping pong, even
maybe wiffle ball, possibly.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not really a wiffle ball guy.
Between a lot. You guys remember racquetball? Just old school classic racquetball?
That's the one you had to warm up first, right?
No.
Or no, there's squash and racquetball. So racquetball was the blue one.
Yeah.
The blue ball that
the bouncy
fired
ball
everywhere.
comes to squash, you got to go get that.
Squash, because the ball is like so soft. Squash was so much fun. I love squash. Yeah, I love squash.
Yeah, I like racquetball with the angles.
But yeah, dude, I'm trying to, like, for racquetball school, squash, like I said, I love, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start booking pickleball court time, because you got to get it like so far out. Yeah, so I'm just going to start, like, and then just begging my friends to come with me.
There's big indoor warehouses, like soccer complexes, like that type of indoor space where it's just a bunch of pickleball courts.
That's where we were. We were at the one on like the west side on 170th Street, and it was just exactly that. It was like if Joker was obsessed with pickleball instead of chaos, this would be his layout. This would be his layout. Yeah. Have you done it, Rick?
No, I haven't, but it's weird because to me, pickleball was always like this when it first came out or when it first became popular, whatever. It was just for like older folks out there just getting the heart going and stuff, right? So it's just kind of like a slower, nice, easier little sport. You get out there and keep the heart going. But now you see all these tennis pros who have retired are now going and turning this sport that was supposed to be just like
kind of like the live
drink in hand type of thing into like something that's a massive sport. Like is it supposed to be something like nice and slow and whatever, or are we just going to turn this into like this going to be an Olympic game right away?
Dude, I think there was, because I know Jeannie Bouchard, who's a Canadian. Most people probably know her name. Like, I know she's playing pickleball now, or I think she's playing pickleball.
But it's not like they're playing there and like playing with older. They're taking it seriously, right? They're going
because that was going to be the next. Like, I think there's a tennis pro who just said, "No, I'm going to go be a pickleball player now." Like, not Jeannie. I think it was someone else who was just like, "I'm going to go be a pro pickleball player now." Yeah, fun game. We should get out there.
What'd you do? What'd you do this weekend? Why are you late today? Let everybody know.
Oh man, it was just
a flat sleeping.
Kind of like I got a little bit. Like I didn't plan out my mornings well.
You were up late?
I wasn't up late even. Dude, because here's another thing. I've made a big point.
Like Sunday fun day.
I've made a big point. Dude, I'm like the biggest sleep. I'm like sunrise over sunset type guy. So I like being in bed at like 9, up at like 5. Like that's my ideal schedule.
Fair.
Never get to have it play out that way. I actually one time I asked Brandon, I was like, the Duke over at Sports 1440, I was like, hey, do you want to switch jobs? And I was like, he like kind of laughed. He's like, yeah, good one. And I was like serious. I was like, no, like, do you want to switch jobs? Like,
would you ever?
Yeah, yo, for sure.
Hit the morning show,
dude. I would if that offer. That's a standing offer if he wants to take it.
Yeah, summertime is not that bad, right? Because the sun comes up and it's easy to get out of bed. But the tough one is getting up at like 4:30, 4:45 in the dead of winter when it's cold as shit outside, like that is the ones you do not want to get up for.
Even like I kind of romanticize it. Like I get up, I stare out the window with my coffee, look at the
stand there with your black.
Yeah, man. It's very
coming up from the mug.
Very USSR of me, but I just do like I really appreciate that. I don't know. And yeah, dude, like your day being over it. Like when I did my internship, I did like the morning news. My schedule was like, it was pretty much that. It was like 5 to 1. And it was really kind of 5 to noon. And like
having your day like that is huge, Dak. I cut fairways and greens at a golf course one summer in college. And yeah, you're there. You're starting 5:30, but you're done by 1.
Yeah, man. And
that's the seller right there.
Something to be said for that.
Yeah.
And then the free golf that you got.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Even like, but because that's the other thing. Like, I don't want to be like up to 3 a.m. ever. I don't want to be up till midnight. Like I want to be asleep by 10.
I can't do it.
And one episode of Murder She Wrote and into bed.
Well, you're talking Rick's language now, though.
This is it, though. You've kind of been there, done that. You're still in the whole part of you're supposed to be doing that at this point in your life.
Yes, that's true. And
right?
then
you get to a certain point, like, I don't want to do this anymore
Yeah.
because I have been there, I have done that. But if you haven't been there and done that, it's part of life, man. It's part of experiencing. That's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. And I couldn't do your shifts though, Rick.
Yeah, I agree, man.
I listen, it's Friday and Saturday that only the bad ones, but if you're there, like it's the hardest part for me on a Saturday night is like 7:30 to 9.
Yeah.
There's not much going on. I'm getting a little bit of sleep. But then the lights go down, the music comes up, people start coming in, and you get a second win. You start feeding off everyone else's energy. It's not even an issue anymore.
Yeah, I have a friend he's the AGM at Greta. You might know him actually, Tony Soto.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He's one of my good friends, like one of my good childhood friends. But now it's like we just totally different schedules. And it's always like, hey man, you want to like make plans? And he's like, yeah, I'm free like Wednesday at 10 a.m. I'm like, I don't think I can make that one work.
You got some unique childhood friends, man. You got Big Tony. And
yeah, for real.
I
Big
saw
Tony.
you post on Instagram. You have Buddy who's splatting on people at West Edmonton Mall.
Dude, I know. So, man, that was crazy.
Crib, huh?
Dude, I used to sleep. Yeah, so the dude's name, you can find it on the EPS website. He was like, I used to go to Eskimo games with him. I would sleep over at his house. I played soccer with him. He was our goalie.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I wouldn't even call him a weird dude, like, period. Like, he was a pretty normal dude. But I posted that on my Instagram story and I was like, I used to sleep over at this dude's house. And people like kind of came out and like messaged me and was like, bro, like, I know him. And one dude messaged me and said, yeah, like I went to high school with him. He hit his head while he was like at a party or something. And he was like never the same after that. That's what this guy told me. Yeah. Another guy I had gone to junior high with actually. And I was like, man, that's crazy. Cause people were like even being a little harsher on him. Like people were like, yeah, he was kind of weird, but I didn't think he would do this. Yeah. But this guy came out and said he was like, nah, man, he like hit his head and he was like never the same after that. Yeah. Crazy. But it's crazy, dude. Like his sister she would ref our soccer games. His parent, they were very nice. Like, yeah, it was wild. It was weird. I think he was maybe a year older than me, but he was like, it's just weird, man. It's weird to, yeah. And then, dude, how about this?
Spidey web.
How about this? Another dude I know. I went to high school with him. He actually was one of our guards. I think he left in for grade 12. He lives in Utah. He was like from the States or something originally. He has like a 3rd degree like voyeurism charge.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Man. So I'm just surrounded everywhere I played sports with.
I've played with some dudes who you look up their names, you could find some things too. For sure.
Dude, I remember Dave Jameson told a story once, I think. I don't want to get the story too wrong, but it was something along the lines of like this guy, he walked into like a meeting room or something, and there were like donuts out, and he went to like grab one, and Dave was like, don't have that, that's for the media. And he like glared Dave down and left. And then like a couple of years later, he caught a murder charge down in the States. Like, it's crazy, man.
You never know. Yeah, guys, I've played with some loose cannons, bro. Yeah, lots of
Sandro DeAngelis.
Yeah. Hey, nice dick.
Yeah,
but no, man. Like lots of arrests. Seriously,
born to be a hockey player, forced to play football. Yeah.
Well, he's a kicker. So it makes sense,
dude. Did you see the Lightning walking out for their stadium series in the Bucks uniform? They just all looked like kickers and punters.
Yeah, a couple of guys looked like kind of low-key big though in their equipment.
Oh yeah,
they didn't look like scrawnies.
No, some of them were.
Some were scrawny.
Some were scrawny.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me real quick before we get into, and we'll make this kind of quick because we have just like a bunch of names to cover here with the signings and departures and stuff. But best athletes. I'm talking just pure athlete.
Okay.
Like I
Let's hear
think,
it.
because I'll say this as well. I think it would be toughest for any from the big, like I'm talking big four, MLB, NHL, NFL, NBA. I think it would be toughest for any athlete to translate to the NHL because of the skating.
Mhm.
Like,
For
I think
sure.
it would be, right?
For
Like
sure, for sure.
But when you're talking natural athlete,
Yeah.
I'm taking NBA by a mile.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So you're on the same page there. Okay. Rick, where do you come out on this one? Because it's a divisive topic.
I don't know. You know what? For
Out of the
me,
big
I'd
four.
probably go to football and start going to some of the D-backs, maybe the wide receivers, only because they are usually associated with sort of like track as well, right? Like I don't know what NBA guys like. They obviously it's 48 minutes. Who's playing 48? You're on a smaller court. What can you do on a larger scale? And you know, some of these guys in the NFL and the CFL, some of your backs, some of your wide receivers and whatnot, they're coming from more of a track background. I kind of give it to that there just because longevity, sprints, long distance, everything in between.
I would say my counter to that would be even a small NBA player at 6'4", 6'5", who looks small
Yeah.
up there.
Dude, you like Steph Curry standing beside Miles
Yeah,
Garrett.
super tall.
Yeah.
Like he's right with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, they're a little leaner, but they're like maybe not as short speed explosive, but they're just as fast with better hands than receivers and DBs. In a small NBA player, again, 6'5", that's a huge football player. You know, that's a huge receiver, huge DB.
So I just go look at like the legs on some of these guys too.
Yeah,
like
they're
KD.
big. Yeah, they're skinny, but they're freaks. To be able to do what they do at that height
I
and
agree.
have the footwork and then the ability to jump. And
The
stuff.
fast twitch is one that always.
See, then I go back to the defensive backs or whatever, and the flipping of the hips and trying to react to a wide receiver who's just as athletic as you are, except for he knows the play and you really don't. But if you're man on man, you got to stay with him.
Yeah, I think NBA player could play DB.
I agree. I kind of agree. Like I think
they're
more
so long, they make up so much ground.
I just figured they'd be falling over their feet like Sideshow Bob or something.
Their footwork is so good though in basketball.
You gotta have really
It's
good,
so- it's
especially
all
like
footwork.
it really is, especially like when you've established your pivot. Like you gotta
They're
really,
tackling the different story.
Yeah, 100%.
They don't have that physical mentality to like wrap a dude up and take him down.
Draymond and Isaiah Stewart might.
But like Draymond, or LeBron. Like LeBron is 6'8". Look
Yeah,
at
LeBron
he'd
could
be
do anything he
huge
wanted to.
on a football field
Yeah,
as a
dude.
tight end. You know what I mean? Draymond as a safety? For
Yeah.
sure, man.
It's interesting. Maybe we'll get into it more one day, but it is always an interesting kind of thought starter I like to bring up.
It
'cause
is,
I feel
yeah.
like
It's a good argument.
Yeah.
You could really go either way. Hockey players, it's safe to say though, or baseball, because you could be a slug and play baseball. We know that. But hockey, out of the main sports that use athleticism, I'd say they're the least. They're robotic.
agree.
They don't run. They all run the same. You know, they don't run like athletes. They run like hockey players.
Yeah,
Cross.
it's a different.
wide.
Yeah,
it's different.
mechanics.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to
Different
knock them because like
You're pushing
obviously
back to the side
Exactly.
almost, instead of going
Exactly.
directly
Exactly.
backwards.
I'm not trying to knock him because obviously the skill is incredible. And again, like the thing I said, like you can't take someone from the NBA and put them in the NHL because like won't like skating is just such a skill set. But I'm just like when you talk like inherent athleticism and inherent athletic traits, I agree. Like I think it's.
But the
it's
biggest
down there.
issue now is that everyone sticks to one sport.
I agree.
Right?
Put your
You've got
kids.
no, you've got no Dion, you've got no Bo.
Yep.
Those guys are playing the same sport
as
at the
much
highest
as you
level in the
can.
same day or in the
Yeah,
same
I
week.
agree.
Can we all agree that soccer is the most freakish athletic thing though?
I think it's way up there for
With
sure.
What they do with their feet and how easy they make it look.
I agree totally,
the
man.
control
Like
The
the
control
ball.
that they have with their
the
feet.
stamina
Yeah.
they have.
Oh,
like-
I'm not even talking stat. I'm talking how
Oh,
they
yeah.
make it look so dang easy.
dude,
with their
that's
feet.
why for
The best
me,
players are crazy.
no, it's ridiculous. Like, and people like,
bending a ball from 50 yards out.
and soccer
Putting it
gets
on the
like
other dude's foot,
It's
like not just
insane.
in the vicinity.
just the touch
you're
they
putting it
have.
like off the dude's chest. You're
man.
putting it
Dude.
right where you want it.
Yeah, it's
And
insane.
like soccer players, especially like here in North America, they get like a bad rep, but it's dude, like the top level soccer players,
Oh,
it's
right
it's
foot, left
special,
foot.
dude.
It
it's
is special.
That's what for me, Messi's my goat of goats. Like when
Yeah.
Jordan and Gretz and Brady and Bolt and Phelps
All
are at the
hard work,
table.
too.
Messi's sitting at the he's sitting at the head of the
Sitting at
table.
the head.
Little 5'7" kid from Rosario just became the best. Like, oh, it's ridiculous.
That's-
Okay, all right. We
All
should
right,
probably get
here
into
we
some
go.
of these
Here we
signings.
go. Lock it.
Okay, let's
It's a
lock in.
huge day.
Big day, huge news day. We spent more time kind of waffling around than I thought we would. But first one, Malik Carney. We'll start with the signing. So Malik Carney, American designation, wrote about him on Third Down Nation. He was their top-ranked pass rusher, number 2 overall free agent. incredible pop off the edge, great speed, physical, like really kind of in terms of how the size, maybe not, but in terms of how he plays, he's kind of built how you want a defensive end to be built.
Sure.
8 sacks this year. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Ed knows him in Hamilton in 22 and 2023. Huge signing. I graded this one an A+, and I know the defensive line is already.
I believe he had 39 tackles too.
Yeah, season. Which was also a career high, I think, or close to.
Yeah, he really had a strong season.
Yeah, he was the only one I like. He had my highest grade when I ranked all these for the article on ElksNation.ca. A+. Again, like I said, it's the defensive line was brought back fully, except Serezna, Kongbo. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but he is too good of a talent to miss out on in free agency.
It's what we've been clamoring for, and just keep harping on the D line and the lack of production. Well, finally you bring in a guy, you pay a guy.
Yep.
Come and be productive. And if you look at his numbers over his career, he's been a productive edge rusher.
Yep.
And what's nice about him is he's not just a sack guy. He'll go out and he'll have hustle plays and he'll go and chase down the ball, and he's a motor type of a player. So the tackles will follow, and he's gonna make Noah Taylor be better because Noah's just gonna elevate his game.
That's what I was gonna say, because I think like we're locking Malik Carney into a starting role in the depth chart, no question about it.
Yeah.
The other one, you got Robbie Smith, you're paying a lot of money to, and you got Noah Taylor, who not only do I think had the best season of any defensive end last year, he also just signed an extension kind of under the guise of like, and under the belief of like, yes, we want you here and we want you to be a focal point of that defense. So what does it look like now? Like
you got 3 guys who you're somewhat paying, 2 guys who you're really paying starter money to.
Yeah.
Is Robbie gonna dethrone Noah?
And then you have a guy who like nipping at the heels. So everybody better be on their toes, because if not, there's guys in the back. There's number 3 and number 4. They're ready to take your spot.
Yeah.
So we have Carney and Robbie and Noah. Those are the 3 guys right now.
Dude, and the thing is also like I think it's great to have depth. You want that depth. Players are going to get hurt, no question about it. Like you want someone who can come in, and it's also a position that rotates. I don't want one of my backups to be either Malik Carney or Robbie Smith with the pay grade they're making. And I don't really want it to be a guy like Noah Taylor, who's just coming off a career year. Like I said, I thought had the best year of any defensive end on the team. And now all of a sudden you're only in rotations.
Very
well
said,
that's,
Deck.
I don't want that. So what do you do?
Very well said, Deck. Very well said.
I don't know. But I love Malik Carney, man. Like, dude, I wrote this was the first line. I said, listen, as a self-proclaimed and often open about it Rider fan, I think it's safe to say no one at ElksNation has watched more Malik Carney than me. He was 3 Down Nation's top-ranked pass rusher, and I completely understand why. Dude, and he's so good. Like, he is really, really good.
You know what that contract is? I thought I saw 270 floated.
270. That sounds right. Okay, thank you, Rick. He's getting 270. Robbie's getting
I'm not even surprised at hearing guys making bigger bucks now, though, because we saw the increase in the cap and stuff. So, it makes sense that it gets sprinkled around.
Yep.
Yeah, right. What was it? Each team's now getting 260 extra right in that ballpark. So that's easy. You're a free agent. You can fetch another 30, 40K on your contract.
Yep.
Because that's sprinkled about amongst different players. So
absolutely, it is.
Good for the boys.
Yeah. If you guys like I said, I gave this one an A+. If you guys had to grade this one, what are you giving?
Yeah, that's an A for sure. It's an A move.
Okay, Rick, what about you?
Anytime you get the top guy off the board or one of the top guys off the board, man, I'm pretty sure you called that a pretty big dub
for the position of need too.
Yeah.
Defensive line.
Yeah, because
it's an A move.
We'll talk about we'll talk about position of need as well. We'll when they adjust the O-line a little bit, we'll talk about that. Okay, the next one I had, I just want to make sure, because I know Malik Carney was the number 2 overall free agent according to 3 Down Nation. Number 1, Jarrell Broxton. That's right. That makes sense. Elite left tackle, a little bit older, but at that position, Okay, Joe Robustellier.
Like him.
So you guys know his story. Quits playing football at 14 because he's 4'11". Doesn't start playing again until he's 26. Plays at like an NAIA school. Then he works out with Pat Surtain down at Bama. Ends up playing Div 2 or JUCO or something. Plays in the fan controlled league. Gets a tryout, and all of a sudden he has an 11 catch, 191 yard game this past
season. Free agent.
Yeah. So
a comedy.
I texted someone who covers the Riders, and he said His ability to make a catch and find open space is unreal, and he's got a chance to be the first or second option here in Edmonton. I don't know about that part. I don't know if he can be the first or second option. Like, I don't know if I'm that high on him. The reason I had asked him is because I remember like Joe Robustelli being a good blocker because he's physical when he has the ball, and I wanted to check about that. And he said, yeah, he's a decent blocker. Then he went on to say those things about he makes catch, finds open space. Listen, I'm happy to have him. He's an American. He was the 28th ranked free agent. I don't know where he files in the pecking order of that receiving core. Like, I still think Austin Mack is going to be number one with the chemistry he had with Cody, and I think he's probably the most talented guy they have there now. I almost stretch to think Keon is kind of the number two just because of the chemistry he had with Cody last year, even though I don't think I don't think Keon's really a number two on a Grey Cup winning team, but I'm just putting him there Cody to start the season.
As a two.
Yeah, and then I think, you can kind of go down the list. You can talk about OJ, you can talk about Benjamin, Joe Robustelli is now in that conversation, and you have a couple other guys who need to be addressed. Your Curleys, your Stevens, your Arkells, Mathis will be back. So I'm happy to have him. He's a guy who I think you can put out there on the drive and feel safe with, comfortable with. I don't know if he's going to pop as a 1,000-yard receiver.
I believe he's more of a depth guy. He's a good possession receiver, sure-handed, right? And then specials. I think he's pretty solid on special teams as well, so he'll bring that dynamic.
Yep.
He's more of a guy. Sorry to cut you, Deck. He's more of a guy, if we're talking receivers with Victor and Hilaire, and then Robustelli as an American, he's more of a guy that does play specials as opposed to Hilaire and Victor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the body type and just how he plays.
Absolutely. Yeah, I gave it a B-. Like, I think it's a good signing. I think it's like if Elks fans, and this is just me talking here, he could prove us wrong next season, because that's another thing. Like, we don't always know. We got to see how it's going to work out on the field. My thing is kind of if Elks fans think they just got like a 1,200-yard, 8 touchdown wideout, I would be hesitant to agree.
They got that in Mack.
Yeah, they got that one already.
Yeah, I agree. Because another thing is, like, when you start adding all of these receiver totals up, you're like, oh, so Cody's a 7,000-yard passer now. Like, that's not going to happen either, right? So, like I said, gave it a B-. Where do you guys come out on that one?
Yeah, with the Robustelli move, B- is right there. C+. It's not a move that moves the needle.
C+ even
a ton.
All right,
but it's a good depth signing.
Yeah, that's the depth.
Like, I like that as a depth signing, and I like his game. I didn't watch a ton of him in Sask, but I know
he is a dog. Like, I tweeted that he is a dog.
I know he. From what I saw, he's a good possession receiver. He reminds me of that other little guy in BC. What's his name? I forget what his name was, but it's a small little white kid who just would make plays. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, and say, "Oh, who's that?" And he would just pop. That's what Robustelli was to me.
Yep. The key to any receiving core is a 5'7" white slot back from South Dakota. That's just a Weston Dressler.
It's one that he just sticks out, and gets hit a bunch, but always comes up with the ball.
And I think Joe's like, he's 6'2", or he's listed as 6'2", so he's not like he's 5'7".
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, 100%.
And I bring up the race only because it pops differently. Usually, you're seeing brothers out there. So when it's like a DB, when you see a white DB, like, oh, interesting. Then when they're out there
you
balling,
don't see white DBs.
That's exactly. So when you see the oddity, right?
You're like, wow, he must be really good.
Exactly.
Like, he had to work extra hard.
Exactly.
To
That's
get
exactly where the mind goes.
Yeah, it is kind of the old like adage. Like, people talk about it with the NBA most, but like, you see a white receiver, you're like, oh, good slot guy, hard worker.
Yeah, you know totally, exactly. Good blocker.
Yeah. He'll come down and crack you. What did you give a grade for it, Rick?
Hey, I'm right there with you guys.
Okay, cool.
CB somewhere in there. I like it. Adds to the depth of the wide receivers out there. And you say a little white guy like that, I always go back to like a guy like Darren Flutie. So let's
exactly right.
Yeah. Next one, Taylor Powell, quarterback. So his best season, 2023, Hamilton, he had 2,283 yards, 10 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Didn't really play in 24-25, lost his job. Not that, like, he kind of lost the job due to injury. He got a concussion, 23, but then like really lost the job when Bo came in. So 3 Down Nation had made this point. He may be the only free agent passer who could be a franchise quarterback. Not really sure if I agree with that assessment. And I'll give 3 Down Nation the credit. Like, I'll watch the Elks and I'll watch the Riders intently. Everything else, like, it just kind of has to take a bit of a backseat. Sure. So I'm not grinding all 22 tape on Taylor Powell. Yep. But I just don't really see it. The thing is, like, obviously Cody's QB1 now. So my question kind of, and I wrote about this, like, is he better than Trey for the prospect of the future? They're very different. He's probably a better thrower of the ball.
Yep.
But even still, like, I still think he kind of takes wild shots without thinking about it. And then, like, I was looking at it, like, he's never really popped at any level he's played at. Like, his best year in college, he had 8 games as a starter. He was 5-3, 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. His second best year was like, I don't have the numbers in front of me. It was like 10 touchdowns and 7 interceptions or something like that.
Mediocre.
Yeah, he signed as a backup, so maybe
he was dubbed in Hamilton to be the next guy. And like you said, he never popped.
No.
They wanted him. You could feel that coming out of that organization.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted him to become the guy. Never popped, and then the injuries followed. Then, of course, Bo Levi and Scott Milanovic have taken over.
And this is like a big thing. Like, Ed has gone out and he's gotten a lot of former Ticats from his time there as assistant as assistant GM. This is one of the guys. So Ed, knows him well, likes him well. Thing is, like, Cody's got, 1-year extension through 2026. Like, if the plan is for Taylor Powell to be the future quarterback post Cody, like, I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
I love that.
And let's shorten down the scope and let's forget looking at the future. Let's look at this upcoming season. Would you rather have that QB room or a QB room of Cody and Trey?
Yeah.
And I think I'd rather have this QB room that they have now.
I agree. Because he comes in, he's going to play a more similar style to Cody.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Trey's going to come in and it's all of a sudden
with
like, whoa.
Trey, you really just don't know what you're ever going to get. I'm sure you're going to get crazy, great plays, but you just don't know what and when. And you'll get a guy who also will drop back 20 yards to gain 3 yards.
Yeah. And we'll talk about Trey as well when we talk about our departure. Because that Hamilton wasn't a landing spot I really saw for him.
Only because it was home. That's the only reason I thought potentially.
And even like, yeah, totally. But even still, I'm like, I just look at the offense they run.
So it's an odd fit.
Yeah. We'll talk about him in a little bit.
Passing offense completely.
Yeah. Dude, like 6 receivers set.
If he learns and
6 receivers set on 1st and 10. Posts and flags only.
It's interesting too, because Scott Milanovic, he got quite frustrated with Bo Levi and a couple of years ago not wanting to follow the system totally. So we'll see how that lands with the way Trey plays.
If he gets it, like that's because that's the other thing. Like Bo Levi, week 1 of the season, we'll talk about Trey, but he breaks his leg. Now Trey's the quarterback of this offense. Like I don't know. Brendan Bordner, offensive lineman. Okay, so I'll kind of read what I wrote here. He wasn't on the top 50 free agent list. No, it's not a huge knock. There's a lot of really good players. But he actually got benched at the end of this season and into the playoffs. So his 2024 season, which I think is kind of what he's riding off of, it's a little bit like Mangiapane. Like he's still riding off that 30-goal season he had. Like Bordner in that 24 season, he was 2nd team all CFL per 3-down nation. Ticats were really high on him. So my thing is like, okay, well, is he better than Martez Ivey? Because Martez Ivey didn't have a great 2025 either. Right. But in that 2024 season, Brendan Bordner, he was the 2nd team left tackle. Martez Ivey was the 1st, and Martez Ivey was a 2024 West Division All-Star. So I don't really know how I feel about this one. Time is going to tell. I gave it a C+. I know they have to bolster the offensive line. I don't know if he's better. Yeah. And here's another thing that's worth noting. All the players we've mentioned so far are Americans. It's probably an important designation.
Your grades are accurate. Like I don't need to.
And I gave Powell. I don't know if I said I gave it a C, and I gave Brendan.
Give Powell a B. I'd go a little
B.
higher
Hey,
than that. Yeah.
What do you give him?
B minus.
I'm not going to claim to know a lot about him, but just reading what I've read, when they start talking about he could be the next thing, I think you have to kind of throw out a B.
Yeah, I'm in the B's, B minus for sure.
Hope you guys are right. Brendan Bordner, I gave a C+.
Yeah, again, compete. That's a move where you're coming in and you're going to compete at camp.
Yeah, because it's funny. Well, so there are 2 more additions here. Jordan Murray was one of them. Jordan Murray was the guy who took his job when he got benched late in the season. So, like, Brendan thinks he's going a chance to get a fresh start.
Total competing.
Jordan's coming, following him. So Jordan,
Tez is going to be competing.
Yeah, he missed. Pardon?
Good.
Yeah.
Let's see competition out there, man.
Dude, I thought you said break. I was like, what? Is Connor Halley in my ear right now? Like, what are we doing?
No, let's go. Let's get as many big fellas out there and go and compete, man.
May the best win.
Please.
Jordan Murray.
Push the guy in front of you to be better.
Yep. And this will be a really, obviously Martell. Like, I'm not sure any of these guys just going away are infinitely better than Martez Ivy. I would say Jordan Murray is probably the one who I would be leaning to give the job to. He missed a lot of time in 2025. He was injured. He had a knee injury. He was also healthy scratched. Then, like I said, he took over that left tackle job from Brendan Bordner. He's a talented guy. Like, his 2021 season was so good. He got an opportunity with the Colts in 2022. He's listed at 6'9", 325. So ideal size in terms of what you want for the position. Yeah, huge. Like, but come on, come on now. I'm flubbering over my words. I don't even know how to. That's the size. Yeah, 340. He was the 29th ranked free agent. I gave it a B-. One thing that, again, like, it's really, really tough to find tape on these guys. Like, you can go back, you can watch old Hamilton like highlights. So one thing I wrote is I'd like his footwork to be a little bit better, but it's like I'm kind of. Like, it's tough for me to even say it based on like the little bit that I can see.
Right.
So, but he's the guy just with that size, like 6'9", 325, protecting Cody's blind side. You're going to want, like, when you're going up against the best ends in the league, like the bets of the world, you're going to want your footwork to be a little bit quicker so you can slide. But still, like, that's the number one, I think, offensive line. That's the number one left tackle prospect, let me say.
It's safe to say Ed is making it known that the left and the right tackle positions it's open season, up for grabs.
I gave this one a B-. I don't know where you guys come out on that one.
Yeah, man, his size puts him in the B's. I'd say B+. Just that size, if you can add that, and he, like, if his footwork is on point, like you say, if he can sharpen that up deck, oh boy. That's nice.
It's a nice addition at the end of the line there.
Very nice, man. I didn't know he was that big.
Yeah, so it's weird because 3 Down Nation, they wrote their breakdown of him. They had him listed, it was like 6'8", 300, but his official listing that I saw was 6'9", 325, so I went with that one.
Regardless, he's over 6'7".
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah. And like now it is funny because we know we know these guys the listings are always a little bit different. Like, okay, guys listed as 6'1", 5'9" in cleats.
Exactly.
But even like if you're 6'9" versus 6'7", like
and if you're getting one that's saying 6'9", one saying 6'8", like you're
up there. Yeah, exactly. You're up there. The second final one, Coulter Woodmansey. He was third overall free agent prospect. So Edmonton got the second and the third free agent prospects in Carney and Coulter.
Guard.
Offensive line, so here's the thing. He was the highest graded center last year, but I think he's better as a guard.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd read about him, that he's better to guard. So I don't know, like, is the plan David Beard at center, Coulter plays guard instead of Corte, Carter plays the other guard, or do you keep Corte at guard, Beardo at center, Woodmansey at right guard, and then Carter at right tackle, because that right side
depends what they want to do with the ratio.
Yeah,
for one,
Coulter, he's Canadian as well.
Exactly. So if you wanted to have the 4 Canadians and bump Carter O'Donnell out at tackle, you could. But I like the thought of having O'Donnell, Beardo, and Woodmansey inside, and then having your tackles be American.
Yep.
And Corte, what's nice about him is he's shown that he can play all 5 positions. He's played tackle in Ottawa in the past. We know he plays guard and center. So if he's your backup, he's your 6th. That's a good 6 to have because he can kind of do it all.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And he is, like I said, like I'd be kind of surprised. He was PFF's highest graded center in the CFL. I don't love PFF's metrics. Like, I think they're
they can be sketchy.
But you have that, if you want to play him there, obviously plays as a guard. Another guy Ed knows from his time in Hamilton. Like, he's just collecting them like infinity stones, these Hamilton guys. I graded this one an A. It was my second highest grading behind Malik Carney. I think that's probably fair. And it's just like the offensive line was the number one position that needed to be bolstered.
Yeah, and Ed went out and he did the damn thing.
Yeah, he addressed it. And so I don't know, like, similarly, well, what do you guys grade this one first? I guess I should ask
that's a B+ for sure.
Right there. I mean,
we're not even going to the A's.
No, I'm not going to the A's yet because I want to
that A.
Much like Rick, like, I want to see it earned at camp.
Yep.
I need to see it. And that's just the state of mind I'm in, especially when we're talking about this O-line.
Valid.
Like, I need to see it. The thought, though, that I said with the 5 that I rolled out, at least the interior of Carter O'Donnell, David Beard, and Woodmansey, that's juicy to me.
Well,
Like,
it's
that's
interesting.
juicy.
It's funny you bring that up because I was going to ask, like, similarly to what we did when I asked you guys to make up the defensive line. How would, if you guys right now today, February 2nd, had to make up the offensive line? What is it? What does it look
I
like?
just said the interior. I
Yep.
don't know tackles, man. I need to see the competition account. I'm sorry, that's a bad answer.
No, that's valid.
But that's what I want my interior to be for sure. For sure. Because Ivy struggled last year. They all
They
had
all
their
struggled.
turns. Exactly.
The only one who didn't really struggle was
Carter.
When he
Carter.
played. And like we had this debate, and everyone we talked to Matt, we talked to Carter. You guys were all higher on Beardo than Corte, who I would have had as the up, but like I've kind of since had to walk back my position when everyone's telling me it's David. Like I got to kind of look in the mirror and be like, okay, I guess it's David.
Yeah.
So he would be, I guess, another. But centers also, it's much different than those other two. So, Austin Mack, American wideout, he comes in. Just slam dunk. I love it, man. Like people are going to look at his box score and it's not going to jump off the page at them from the last 2 seasons. But like when he was healthy in that 23 season, he was top 5 in receptions. He was top 5 in yards, 6 catches, 103 yards, touchdown in the Grey Cup. Shields the ball well. Can go through a route tree.
Yeah, that's
a great receiver.
That's an A for sure. And what the nice thing about signing Malik and Austin Mack, and I didn't realize Woodmansey was the 3rd ranked. Free agent too. So you're getting guys with name value.
Yeah.
You're not just going out and getting guys who are depth guys or position fillers. You're getting like top players in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge for this organization.
Yep. Very big.
Paying for it.
As long as they fulfill their up to their potential. I mean,
Fulfill
I
their
feel like we did that last year, right? When it comes to, we took half the Argos defense. They all got their brand new rings, and we took brought them all, half of them here.
Yeah.
And things didn't really go so well off the hop.
Oh, that went.
But yeah, man, like I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Even if even if you just hit on the top level guys, like even if you just hit on like Malik, Coulter,
if you get the production
Austin,
exactly that they have shown that they do, like Malik, if you get 6 to 8 sacks, which he does year in year out, that's good. If you with Austin Mack, if you get 1,000, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns, that's good. So if these guys just show up and do what they've done, and we're not even talking about going above and beyond, set career highs maybe. You're gonna have success.
Because like to wrap up the thought, like what I was gonna say is like even if you hit on those 3, like those 3 big boys, like those 3 big ones, and you miss on some of like the lower down the free agent ranking signings, like you live with that.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Should we move over? Anything else you want to talk about? You guys want to talk about with the signings before we move over to the departures?
No, man. It's Ed did his thing.
Yeah.
Ed's really out there, aggressive. Mm-hmm. We're seeing it with the pay that these guys are getting, which is a good thing.
He went right to the big fellas.
Yeah.
Right. That's where you win. You win in the trenches, and you got offensive line stepped up. Went and got the number. Is that the best pass rusher available?
It was. Yeah, he was the second second player overall, and top ranked pass rusher.
So he's going out and fulfilling the positions that needed.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Okay, departure. So Trey Ford, he's landed in Hamilton now. We didn't even talk about him getting cut, but we knew, like, what are we going to say?
Yeah,
we knew it was coming. We even kind of like maybe even danced around it, like sitting up here talking about like, I wonder, are we taking calls? Maybe it was like but just everyone knew. It's just such
it was so.
Dude, I remember
situations. That's all.
It was so obvious.
I remember like that day on Sports 1440 on the text line, like people were texting in like, "Excuse me, did I just hear Trey Ford got released?" I'm like, what? Trey Ford just got cut?
People, they just don't get it.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's what I'm saying. I get like I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone because like if you throw cricket news in my face, I'm not going to understand. It might be obvious to someone else, but yeah, my thing was like, guys, like we knew.
The writing was beyond on the wall. The writing was graffitied on the wall.
You could have, like, dude, you could have got trained. Like, that's the other thing. Like, I wish Ed would have just been like, guys, he's cut. We're figuring out the next steps.
He should have just did that and just been transparent.
Yeah,
because that's the reality of it. Why have everybody make up scenarios or just have people thinking what ifs?
That's like 11th hour, 4-year extension.
4 years, 450.
Yeah,
200 to sign.
Nice looking contract. But yeah, he lands in Hamilton. You know what's funny about Trey? He was actually the highest ranked free agent quarterback by 3 Down Nation. He was 4 spots ahead of Taylor Powell, 3 spots ahead of Jake Mayer.
Not surprised.
The talent's there, man. The talent is there. So essentially, here's another thing. We kind of got a Taylor Powell for Trey Ford trade. Taylor Powell fits this offense better. Trey, I think, is probably like a more talented, higher ceiling player. But that talent and that ceiling doesn't always mean that much if through 23 games you're 10-13 as a starter. And you have like, this is kind of how I outlined it to people. Like the game before he got benched, he had a perfect passer rating. Like, do you know how bad you had to have played in that next game to never see the field again? Like it had to have been.
And it had to have been brewing too.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's not a weak decision. Like, oh, we can't play him ever again based off one game. There has been some underlying junk.
And I kind of think back to like that week in practice where, the Elks were going about it. Like it's an open QB competition. And I asked like Coach Killam, I was like, was this an open QB competition in the truest sense of the word? And he was like, yeah, open comp. And I'm just like looking back, we're just like, man, like that was never an open. Never. They were splitting reps in practice to be fair, but like
it was never.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Why did they feel the need to pay him in the offseason, like leading in? Is it just to
Canadian QB
show the fans that, we're trying to get things going? Or was that totally a political move? Because they never believed in him.
No, they didn't.
Like, but they paid him. So was that just a political move? Had to have been, I guess.
I don't know, man. Because it's true. They never. No. But it is like, it's just paying and hoping things will work out. Like we're going to pay you and we're just going to hope this corrects itself down the line.
I guess.
Because it's true. Like
close your eyes and hand him a check.
They did think like this is someone we can put on, posters.
Yep.
We got a Canadian. We got a fun, exciting. We got Lamar Jackson.
Jerry Montajon.
What did he say?
Nice piece in the Sun. It was pretty revealing about essentially the brass got pulled into Rick Lawlisher's office when he was still around.
Yeah.
And they were forced to play Trey.
Really?
Like they're saying, you're playing Trey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was a political thing.
Yep. Interesting.
It's a good piece in the Sun.
I'll have to go read it. Shout out Jerry. Yeah, shout out Jerry as well. But yeah, Lance and Hamilton. Bo can't play forever. But I cannot imagine Trey coming in there and playing like an air raid offense.
Yeah, that'll be if he listens and learns under Scott Milanovich's tutelage. We'll see.
That's another thing. Yeah, Scott Milanovic. Like if learning under Bo and Scott, like that, those are two great people to learn under.
People to learn to become a passer.
Yeah, absolutely.
The best of the best, right there.
Absolutely.
But Scott, he's pretty impatient. If you're not following his system. Like he was quick to write Bo off a couple of years ago almost.
He's also he was.
Bo.
Yeah, he did. Dude, he's also like the number one coach who gets mad on the sidelines, I find. The camera cuts to him and he's just like erupting at somebody. Yeah.
Chewing on his lip.
Yeah. I like Scott though. Good coach.
Yeah, he is a good coach.
Next one, Devodrick Bynum. I'll just read kind of what I wrote here. Don't want to be too hard on Devodrick. This was a pretty easy player to let walk. Didn't really hit, didn't initiate contact, wasn't physical. Ball hawk, no doubt. 5 interceptions as a rookie is tough to do, so you got to give him credit. That they say you can't lose your job to injury, but he lost his job to injury. He wasn't getting it back. JJ Ross is better. Period. The end. I think everyone. Yeah, that kind of sums it up. Thank you for your service. 5 picks, man. Like 5 picks is tough to get.
Great rookie season,
but yeah,
different regime, and you got to show yourself physically.
Yeah. Anything else on that one? Because I think that was
business, man.
It's the physicality.
Pretty self-explanatory.
There was one play. I forget who it was against early in the season. And Bynum had it was a quarterback. I want to say it was against BC. And Bynum had the opportunity to give him a whack. And he literally got out of the way. And the quarterback got an extra yard or 2 up the sideline.
Dude.
And that was so gross.
And
so gross.
You outlined that one play. But it was more than that. Yeah. Like he was really like he didn't
want to engage physically at all.
No, he didn't. Yeah, best of luck. You're in Calgary. You're gonna get your get back a few times a year. So, go do it. But writing was on the wall. Jake Ceresna. So first line for this one I wrote, I wasn't as high on Jake Ceresna as my ElksNation counterparts, Eddie Steele or Rick Wiedemann. 16 tackles and 1 sack last year, ? But I'll let you guys talk about Jake a little bit because you guys are higher on Jake than I am. Talent-wise, obviously, like it's right there. But did I want to pay him? No.
I wouldn't have paid him.
But they found someone they found somebody to replace that is at the top of their game right now, right? So it's not like you just said thank you very much and showed him the door and then fill his spot with whatever. They went out and grabbed the best player available at that position, and they brought him in. And once that happened, you kind of sort of knew. The funny thing is, though, I heard on Friday that it was down to 3 teams: Edmonton, Toronto, Ottawa. So the fact Winnipeg came out of nowhere is kind of
I
interesting.
wonder what he got in Winnipeg. Any idea, boys?
Yeah, it was reported. Sorry, I'll
2 or
find it.
something.
I'll find
Wow,
it. It was
2+.
Yeah, dude, it was
Still.
I think it was like 230.
Dang. These teams are paying
235 in 2026 in hard money, 255 in hard money in 2027. $120,000 signing bonus.
I know the cap is going up, but that's insanity.
Because my thing was kind of like,
That's
this is what I said. I was
that
like,
him and Robbie Smith are both making over 200 with 0 production.
yeah,
Like, I got love for the boys getting money, but that's insanity.
yeah. Like this is what I wrote. I was like, could he make an Elks defensive line better in full health? Yes. Did he in 11 games last year? No. Was he injured? Yes. It's worth noting. Let's also mention he had 1 sack and 16 tackles in 11 games at a $235,000 price tag. He got a raise.
And an interception.
He did have that one interception.
Wow.
He did have that one
Times are
interception.
different, boy.
Well, I guess technically it's the same money for this year, but it'll be a raise in
Times are
2027.
different.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's really talented. He is talented, but coming off an injury, lack of production.
Yeah, good for him. That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not a lot of options out there to fill that spot, though.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, though, man.
And then you gotta
I'm
pay to
saying.
bring him in.
Same with Robbie Smith. Like here, like it's the exact same scenario.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of. I'm just so not used to it. I'm taken aback, and I'm not a hater. I'm just when I played, it was so not like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Guys weren't getting 200
Probably like,
off of bad seasons,
yeah.
like at all. Like I'm so not used to that.
Dude, Robbie's like, so he was the highest paid defensive lineman in the league last year. He's a career high 6 sacks.
That's crazy.
As an edge
man.
rusher.
That's crazy. That's times to change.
And I don't want to just sit like, because again, like I am big on like the talent of these guys, and I respect it, and I understand why they can get some of this money because of the potential with the talent. But at some point, also, it's like got to be like, are we like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
stuff over
yeah,
here?
totally, man. And
We
I get
see
there's
this-
more money.
Like
we
for-
see this in every sport, though. UFA day, most times you spend too much and you bring in the wrong. Like,
Yeah.
it's just nobody really wins a championship on UFA day, and regardless of the sport. So this is just another example of if you're saying out there that they're getting paid more than you expected, welcome to UFA day. It happens in
That's
every
it.
sport, almost everywhere,
For sure.
especially
sure.
when you're top of the list of guys in your position.
Is there anything else you guys want to add on Jake?
No, that's I'm just surprised and good for him.
Yeah, man.
Good for him in Winnipeg, man.
Yeah, go like
Good
everyone.
organization to be in,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Everyone go get your money for sure. Like
Yeah.
these guys don't
Oh,
care
yeah,
about you. Get your
yeah,
money.
Yeah.
No
well,
go.
you can for sure.
Get as much as you can.
sure.
Second last one, Jonathan Kongbo. I like Kongbo. I did. I honestly thought career high in sacks last year, tied for the Elks team league. I thought the best defensive line combo was him, Jordan Williams, Jared Brinkman, and Noah Taylor. Kind of a weird past. Took himself out of football for a year. Had some issues in BC. Didn't fit there. Like called some players out. Some people called him out. I don't know. There's so many bodies there already. I probably would have made a push to extend him, but he's going to go
He's
to
versatile,
Toronto.
can really play a lot of specials as well.
I'm sure he'll find some success there. But I like Kongbo. I didn't really ever hear people talk about Jonathan Kongbo.
Never really
I liked
like
him.
you use the word popped. He never really popped though with
That's
the
fair.
expectations that he's had around him.
That's
Like
fair.
he played at Tennessee, didn't he?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, like he was expected to be like a big time pass rusher, and he's never turned into that
Nope.
yet.
He hasn't. Like I said, his career high
5'4".
this past season.
He's
6
always in the
tackles.
rotation in Winnipeg. He'd have his 2 or 3 sacks a year.
Yep.
But yeah, he's never popped and turned into that lead
agree.
dog.
And he probably won't, but he'll find a rotation role in Toronto. I think he'll find some success there. I think it'll probably be more or less the same what we've seen.
Yep, totally.
But yeah, I don't know. I liked him. I liked Jonathan Kongbo's game. I did. I
Yeah,
thought
good
I thought
player.
I thought he passed a
Solid
lot with
player.
the eye test.
Solid
Yeah.
player.
Rick, do you have anything on old Johnny?
No, man, I think they focused on who they want in this position and
Yeah.
just didn't find his way to the top of that list.
Yep, that's fair. And the last one came down this morning. Didn't have a chance to write about it in my article, but Michael Broderick has left the Edmonton Elks for. I'm going to pull it up right now because
you got it.
Ottawa.
There we go.
At
Ottawa.
least I was going to say for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it. Yeah. I thought it was Montreal for some reason, but yeah. Yeah, man. Like he is just a guy who is not going to be coming back. Yeah. I liked good on specials.
Yeah.
I liked got nothing wrong with him really. Just
a serviceable guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the way things work.
Respectfully.
Yep. 19 special teams tackles last year.
That's a lot.
If you're good for one a game, that's huge.
A lot.
Yep.
That's a lot of special teams tackles.
Yeah, man.
So that would have been upper in the league for sure. I bet that's top 5.
You know what? 19 special teams tackles in his career. My bad.
Yeah.
Still though,
I was gonna say because that's serious,
one a game is
man.
like crazy. Yeah,
oh
yeah.
man, if you got 19 in a season,
that's huge.
Yeah, man.
So 19 in his career, my fault. Still, we'll take that. He's got a sack up there. What do you like? He was just a guy who was going to be gone.
Yeah,
he is what it is.
Replace a guy like that, unfortunately.
Yeah. No disrespect, but is what it is. Okay. It's I think we're kind of winding down again. Apologies, we ran through everything a little bit quickly. So let us know. Hey, shoot us a DM. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can text us. Do we want a little part 2 of this? 780-803 redacted. those last 4. But yeah, Friday we'll have an episode of Elk Central. Austin Mack might be the plan. I had talked to the Elks media guy about that one. Maybe if people want us to go a little bit more in depth on this, we'll kind of run that back. Otherwise, we'll wait for next Monday. But yeah, we got to get out of here. So appreciate you listening. Sorry it was a little bit shorter. Love you guys. Talk to you on Friday.